Hey folks, and welcome to Grab a Stack of Rock. It is finally Good Friday, April the 3rd, and I am here with my good pal, Dan Chartrand from Off the Charts. How are you doing today, Dan?
I'm good. I think I was cutting it close to. You're probably wondering, where is this guy here?
You know what? Nobody has ever let me down except for those times where Uncle Meat can't connect. But I'm glad to have you here. We have Darcy Ska in the house. We have Henry Wright joining us from the wonderful state of New York. And we have Brian McFadden joining us from the USA. But it is Good Friday here today, and we are celebrating with our annual Good Friday afternoon show. And Dan, you haven't done one of these before, but you do feature into one of the clips that we'll be running later on.
All right.
You do, yes. So stay tuned, Dan. Don't be leaving us. So the topic today is we wanted to do something fun and spring-like, so we chose the top 5 albums that just make us feel good. This isn't necessarily our favorite albums of all time. Harrison kind of threw a wobbler into the artwork here today. He included The X Factor by Iron Maiden, which certainly is one of my favorite albums, but it does not leave me feeling very good afterwards.
I was wondering about that, actually.
Yeah, that was Harrison using his own artistic license, but it is not a feel-good album. Maybe now, of course, that speaks to Harrison's feelings too, though. It makes him feel good, clearly, or he wouldn't have included it. And Chris, thank you for joining. Really appreciate it. Check out Chris's Twitter, My Rock and Roll Heaven. He's always got posts about rock history every single day, and he's got an amazing Def Leppard collection. Is Def Leppard a band that we will see today? I don't know. We will find out. I only had one rule, Dan. Only one rule, which was one album per band. I could have made a list of just Kiss. Really, truthfully, could have made a list of just Kiss. That makes me feel good. But I went one album, one band.
Well, thank God, because I did not even know about that rule. And
just me.
That's how I usually go. That's a rule, an unwritten rule, I guess, when you do these types of shows, I find. And great minds think alike.
Chris is going to be posting his list in the comments, so we will be posting those on the screen as we go. We do have an Easter message from a mutual friend of ours, and I would just like to run this Easter message before you and I get going on our lists.
Sounds
so
good.
Here, ladies and gentlemen, is Jake, not from State Farm.
Hello, Mike, and the entire Grab a Stack of Rock cast and crew, and Dan, and the viewers at home. It's Jake and my little friend Stella coming at you for a little bit to wish you a happy Thanksgiving and a Good Friday, and I hope your day is blessed and wonderful and full of lots of good food and family. Stay happy, stay healthy, and peace out.
Well done, Jake, and well done, Stella. Stella was giving Jake his annual face wash.
Yeah. From what that dog was doing to hit Jake's face, I will say he is forgiven for saying that this was Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I think he was a little distracted there. Oh, and before we get going with Dan's first pick of the day, I just want to point out there's a QR code over Dan's head, and that will take you to the Grab a Stack of Rock TeePublic store. And Dan also has a TeePublic store, and maybe he can post it in the comments. But if you want to go to the Grab a Stack of Rock TeePublic store and support Harrison and myself, there's the QR code right over Dan's head. But Dan, I leave it to you. Good Friday, your first album that makes you feel good.
Okay, so mine are not, the only order I've put them is alphabetical. Okay, so I'm going to go here in the C's. If you know, you know. So I'm going to go with this album here, Flush the Fashion. This is fun. This makes me feel good. It's a short album. There's not a wasted song on this here, in my opinion. And it brings back also good memories of when my friends and I were trying to get all, because we became really big Alice Cooper fans in 1989. That was my first concert ever with Trash. And of course, you go back. Well, I had no choice but to go back and try to get all these old albums. And man, were these 4 ones, the Blackout albums, were they ever difficult to find? And then we hear I think we got, one of us got this one, and we're like, oh my God, like this is so good. And I don't know. I just find it brings a smile to my face, Mike. It's fun, dumb Alice Cooper. I find it's that Flush to Fashion from 1980 is my first pick. There you go.
Not a personal Cooper favorite of mine, but there's two songs on it that I love, which is Clones and Pain. Both of them make me feel good.
Oh man, me like Model Citizen, Headlines, the lyrics.
Yeah.
Damage.
The lyrics are quite clever, especially I like Clones quite a lot for lyrics.
Yeah. Oh yeah, same here.
My number 5 goes back even further than yours. I did kind of finesse my list a little bit. I wanted to include something from cassette, something from CD, and something from vinyl. So
gotcha.
To represent my childhood, and it really does make me feel good. I played it again today. I chose John Williams' Pops in Space. Now, this is a really cool cassette. It has music from Superman, The Empire Strikes Back, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and the original Star Wars, those 4 movies. It has like 2 tracks from each, except for Close Encounters, which is the end suite.
Okay.
But it has some of the best themes from those movies, such as the Superman March, ba, ba, da, 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 ba, ba, ba. And of course, the Imperial March, bum, ba, da, dum, ba, da, dum, ba, da, 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 dum. And of course, the Star Wars, the main title theme. Yoda's theme is on here, which is a really jaunty one. Dun, 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 dun. Really good. I enjoyed playing this recently. The cassette actually sounds freaking amazing for a tape. It was released on CD as well, but this just happens to be the version that I found. John Williams, Pops in Space.
Wow. Okay. That's interesting. That's cool.
And just to get a year here, this is before Return of the Jedi came out. So I'm thinking it's around 80. Yeah, 1980. So this Empire Strikes Back would have been brand new. And this is actually a different recording. They didn't just pull these from the soundtracks. These are specially recorded versions for this album. It's so not
are they performed by the John Williams Orchestra, like the same
Boston Pops? Yeah.
Oh, the Boston Pops. Okay, so it's like a cover, in a way, you know?
He's covering himself. Yeah, it's a re-recording would be the best way to look at it.
All right.
And there's other re-recordings. There was another one that he did on CD in the 90s called the Skywalker Symphony, which was working out new technology at the Skywalker Sound studio, I believe. We got some comments we're going to catch up on here. Brian McFadden in the gates with Aerosmith, Get Your Wings. Amazing pick. One of my top Aerosmiths. Darcy Ska. John Williams has so many feel-good scores. And this one here is just all gold. Like there's very little. There's a couple love themes, but nothing here that you'd want to skip. We have Metal Roger in the house. I'm just saying, hey, and he's, good luck, man, and hope you enjoy the movie. Chris P. His are not ranked. He has a few different genres. I also I wanted the Imperial March at our wedding. My wife refused. My wife refused. That's awesome. Glad you have that, Brian. Logan Collins. Thank you, Logan, for tuning in. Chris Preston with Michael Jackson Thriller. That I owned that album back in the day, and that's a great pick, Chris. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Survivor, Premonition, or Vital Sign, says Logan Collins for his number 5. Okay, before we get to our number 4, I mentioned earlier we had clips. So we're going to run some clips from past episodes. We did this starting in 2023 as I'll explain momentarily.
Okay.
Hey folks, it's Mike, and welcome to our 2026 Good Friday afternoon special. This is a tradition that goes back 3 years to our 2023 Easter show with our good friend Joelle, the California girl, otherwise known as Married in Heels. She was our special guest, and we did it in the afternoon to accommodate her schedule out in California. We had Jex Russell co-hosting that day, and we had a lot of fun. Here is a clip from that episode featuring her boobs. I mean boots.
Yeah. What do we want to look at?
Okay, so let's say you're hitting Toronto on a summer Saturday night. You're hitting the clubs in Toronto. Show me the pair of boots that you'd be wearing. Oh, yeah! Are those new? Because I've never seen those.
No, you haven't seen them yet. I didn't want to show you until I actually wore them, but I guess
it's out of the bag now.
Yeah. They're so shiny. I can legit see myself in them.
Well,
So
then.
there you go. And we have some deep cuts. Brent Durner from Helix is in the house today with a Deep Purple Machine Head. That is a feel-good album.
Oh,
B-side to Billie Jean called Can't Get Out of the Rain. Have to check that out. Okay, Dan, your number 4.
okay. So this one here it's my second favorite of this band. Mike loves this band too. And it's special for me because it was the first time I bought a new album from this band. And I had just moved, well, a year before from my old town of Kirkland Lake to Orleans here. And you know what? When you lose all your friends, you're a little depressed and all that, but then you meet some new friends. And this was the first album I bought from this band, which was brand new. So I'm going to go with Kiss. And at the time, me being French, I've never even heard of this word before. Because we were reading Metal Edge, like, hi, do you have the new Kiss Asylum? And they're like, no, we don't have that. I had no idea what an asylum was. And I know, like, people are like, okay, well, you know, the 80s Kiss, it is what it is. I'll defend the 80s Kiss to my dying day here. This album I love so much. I remember remembering what I was doing when I first heard it, especially doing a double take on Tears Are Falling. I'm like, oh my God, that is good. Like, it was playing on my little cassette there. And I was so proud to have this one here in my hands that I'm like, okay, my buddy Yan, which I mentioned many times on my channel. And I'm like, I'm going to show him. I'm sure he doesn't have this because I bought it on the day of. Sure enough, I'm waiting for him at school the next day on the Monday. He's coming down with a Walkman and he's air singing me I'm Alive. I'm like, oh God, he's got it too. So yeah, this brings back so many good memories for myself here. And I'll defend this album forever. This is my second favorite album. Not ashamed to say it. But man, oh man, does this one ever make me feel good. It's great hair metal, I guess, if you want to call it there. But yeah, I love this here. So there you go. Kiss Asylum, as I would have called it back in 1985.
So back in 2000 and around 2017 or 18, I was doing a Kiss review series on my site, and Uncle Meat was co-reviewing every Kiss album with me, and his enthusiasm really starts to decrease. And I don't even think we got to Crazy Nights. I think Asylum was the last one that he commented on. His comments were good. But I love the album. It was my it was my first new Kiss album as well. Radar for Love, Who Wants to Be Lonely, King of the Mountain, Secretly Cruel is a really cool sleazy Gene Simmons song.
I love Trial by Fire also. And I don't know. The colors, everything just makes me feel good. Like, I just love everything about it. Very pastel, but very okay in my mind.
Of Brian's list here, I would have picked Somewhere in Time, but ultimately you have to narrow it down to 5. So my number 4 is the one that I changed today. Dan and I were talking, and I had an album picked, and I listened to about 6 songs on that album today to verify my choice. And every song was hitting the right notes, and I pulled the album, and I said, no, I'm not picking this one. And the reason is completely personal. And Uncle Meat will remember why. I'm not going to name the band, but Uncle Meat will remember why this is personal, which is a certain member of this band was signed up to do not 1, but 2 interviews with me on my channel and stood me up twice. And with that in mind, I didn't want to spotlight his band for this Good Friday. So that's personal. Instead, I went with my second choice for this slot. Permission to Land by The Darkness. I love this album. I've loved this album for a long time. Uncle Meat had quit the record store by the time this came out, but when I played this album in store, it made me feel good. That was a miserable time. You know, we've talked about that. The last few years at the store for me were a miserable time. And there was this guy there that worked there, and I think he kind of set me up with this album as a prank, like, watch me get Mike into a shitty band like The Darkness. And I ended up loving it. But, you know, this is the 20th anniversary edition, so that's how long it's been in my life now. And I think that this album is just really uplifting and fun rock and roll. they haven't made an album this basic since. This is the only album that really sounds this basic.
Yeah, you're right.
And there's so much on here that really makes me feel good. Get your hands off my woman. Growing on Me. I love that song. You're really growing on me. I Believe in a Thing Called Love was played at my wedding reception. Given Up. Friday Night. Love that song. There's so much on this album that I love. So my number 4 is The Darkness, Permission to Land. And with Uncle Meat in the house, we're going to run our second clip from Easter's past. This is from Easter 2024. Jex Russell and I decided to reconvene in 2024 with the Good Friday afternoon show. But this one was a little different. In the preceding year, myself and my good friend Uncle Meat had a big fight, and we stopped talking for a long, long time. And then Jex pulled this stunt for 2024. Check it out. Did you send this link to anyone?
I don't know. What do you see?
We have somebody in the waiting room. Should I let this person in? I don't know who it is. But please welcome to the stage, Chaim Witz. Hello, Chaim.
Hey, everyone. Surprise!
I'm short of breath here. Uncle Me.
Hey, me.
There he is.
Good to see you, brother.
Grizzly Adams in the flesh. He's struggling with his connection, but there he is.
Oh, this
Cheers. And for the in person, it's funny. I'm not sure who made it up, but lately I've been called Kurt Russell's much less successful brother, Hurt Russell. So I guess that's
Hurt Russell.
That was awesome.
That was amazing. You could see my reaction. And that was also the debut of the Easter shirt. With comments. Wow, I had that. Chris, I had that. My grandpa was given 2 copies for Christmas that year, and I asked if I could have the second copy. Oh, fantastic. Wonderful, Chris. Oh, that's cool, Logan. Good to hear. Asia by Steely Dan. Good one by Brian. Okay, that's right. Crazy Nights was the last one we did. We had a messenger conversation about how much he hated each track, and I basically posted that as his version of the review. Darkness are a fun band, yes, and I would like to do more about the Darkness in the coming year. Yeah, okay. I mean, I can't deny that is an issue for a lot of people, like Getty is for Rush. Sure, I get that. And speaking of Rush, Power Windows. So much fun, it's over before you realize it. Love that record. And maybe... No, you know what? We'll come back to that. We'll save the unboxings for a bit later. We've got some momentum going here. Dan, give us your number 3.
By the way, before I do my number 3, I want to add to The Darkness. And I got an episode coming up on Monday, and I mentioned that album and how much the later part of the 90s was just, sad and terrible for me. And that album was such a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
And really I saw that tour live, too, in Montreal. So, all right. My number 3 pick here. So, okay, this album here is very new. A new band. I believe we will be talking about them a little bit later on also. As some people know who watch my channel, I do take care of my dad. And this is an album that my dad and I enjoy from A to Z or A to Z, wherever you're watching, whichever country you're watching from. And I'm going to go with my girls, Thunder Mother, Dirty and Divine. This is all killer, no filler. I even ranked this my number 1 album of last year. I've become good friends with the band, had them on my channel 3 times, and I'm just trying to promote them because they're fresh AC/DC, fresh Airborne, and this whole album, like I said, I couldn't even, I this makes me feel so good. And my dad keeps telling me like certain songs. Oh my God, Dan, I had a dream about, that song, and it was in my head. It was just, and it makes me feel good because it makes him feel good also. And I find that very important. And so, yeah, I'm going to put Thunder Mother, Dirty and Divine. Just everything to me screams fun and makes me feel good. So there you go. Their last album from this year. The last year.
And we're going to be taking a look at one of their music videos a little bit later on, probably about the halfway point of the show. I presumably from that album?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. My number 3. Again, we're really getting into my childhood here. And just to kind of give you the background, Dan and I were roughly the same age, but I went from being like the Star Wars kid to a point in the 80s and 83 when that ended. And it didn't really end abruptly because there was toy lines and there was comic books that went on for a while. But as far as my interest goes, it kind of stopped because I wasn't interested in those toy lines and comic books that followed. So Star Wars was over, that music was over, and I was looking for new things. And sticks was big for me for a while, but they didn't stick because I was looking for, I guess, something heavier. And then I started to bang my head.
Oh,
because Metal Health would drive me mad. And this is the first hard rock. They call it heavy metal, but the first heavy metal album.
At the time it was, Mike, because there was no subgenres.
Yes, you're right. By today's standards, you wouldn't necessarily call this. Look, I can make the mask in my face. That's kind of cool. Can do that. But they had striking music videos, and they had really catchy songs. They were on MTV, and they were on a show called Toronto Rocks here in Canada. And this album still, to this day, it makes me feel what I can only describe as makes me feel warm. When I hear these songs and that production, that echoey drum sound, that Frankie Banali drum sound, that huge Pasha Spencer Proffer drum sound. When I hear the ballad, Don't Want to Let You Go, with that, I don't know what you'd call the tone that Carlos Cavazo has on his guitar, but it's really old-fashioned to like almost like a 70s disco kind of guitar tone. And man, his solos on this are so good too. Like Randy Rhoads, obviously replacing Randy Rhoads, you're never going to be as big a name as he is. Carlos Cavazo is an underappreciated guitar player. His solo work on this is primo. And of course, Kevin Dubrow, Rudy Sarzo, who Dan has some personal history with that we won't talk about.
See, that story doesn't make me feel good. No,
no, that's why we're not going to go into that. Now, before we move on, we'll get to some comments here. And I'm also going to do, I promise, some unboxings. We're going to do the first unboxing.
All right.
We have, yes, we saw that. Train a Comin', interesting. That is a very, to me, dark album, but everyone has their own way to hear it. Darcy, feel good genres feel like a pendulum. Ska and pop punk on one side, then thrash and metal on the other. Both make me feel good and pick me up when I need it. Ween, White Pepper. Ween, yes. Perfect album and short. I think he's talking about Power Windows still. Number 3 from Chris is Body Rock by Lee Aaron. All good CanCon choice, crispy.
That's good.
And I almost had Kim Mitchell's Akimbo a logo on this list. What did you do to my body, Chris?
No, that would have been funny because I almost had it too.
All right, now here's a real good feel-good album. And it's brand new release. I just got my pre-order, which for some reason didn't arrive as quickly as people who just ordered it on the day of release. But I only paid $99 for this, so that's great. This is an album that is celebrating its 40th anniversary this year. And here it is. This almost made my list, baby. 5150 time. So this is the new limited edition 40th anniversary box set. One vinyl LP with the original album remastered. Then it has a CD of rare single edits, extended, and live versions, a lot of which I don't have. I have a good collection of Van Halen singles, but a lot of this I don't have. CD3, previously unreleased live 1986 Van Halen performance from the 5150 tour, which you and I know as Live Without a Net. All on one CD. I mean, it's going to be edited. I'm certain of that. Then you get the Blu-ray with the thing as well, Live Without a Net, and 2 promo videos. So very much looking forward to this.
What? No, that you say it comes with Live Without a Net?
That's what I thought. Yeah, Live Without a Net on the Blu-ray and DVD for sure.
Does it come with Good Enough on the? Because as a kid, I remember seeing Good Enough, but it's not on the DVD. It's not on the VHS. It's on the Japan Laserdisc version of Live Without a Net.
Japanese bonus track, people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the CD here is quite edited compared to the Blu-ray that's included.
Gotcha.
I'll just quickly run through the B-sides and rarities. Best of Both Worlds edit, Dreams edit, Love Walks In edit. Why Can't This Be Love extended, which I've never owned that before. Dreams extended, never owned that before. Best of Both Worlds live, which is the B-side on the Best of Both Worlds single. Rock and Roll live and Love Walks In live. And I think Rock and Roll Live might be duplicated on this CD. We'll have to see. We'll have to dig in. Okay. We are into the number 2 position. Dan, take it away.
All right. So this actually sort of goes with your Darkness album here. When I went to see the Darkness, there was this one band that opened for them. I had no idea who they were. And came out of there a bigger fan than the Darkness even. Okay. And I'm talking about the Wild Hearts. Now, this album, pardon my French there, but it's P-H-U-Q.
Yeah, I can pronounce that.
All right. You know what it means. Fuck. There you go. Or anyway, so this, I became a big fan. And what happened is this is their second album. And they're huge in the UK. Their second album, when they were recording it, they're like telling their record company, we're doing a double album. And the record company's like, no, you're not. So they chopped off all the long songs, which were forgotten for about a year or two. And they released, Normally, which I thought was okay. I thought it was good. People were like, eh. Then 3 years ago in 2022, Ginger Wildheart decides to repackage this. This is a triple vinyl. Okay, of this album here, how it was supposed to be released. And let me tell you, this album went from just good to borderline brilliant masterpiece. And I listened to it. I just feel so good listening to the whole thing as it was meant to be. So I'm going to go with the Wild Hearts Fuck. This was a revelation there when I couldn't believe that the only time I came out of a concert loving an opening band more than the headliner there. And nothing against the Darkness. I still love them a lot too. But, and it makes a difference if you get the 2022 reissue, how it was meant to be recorded as a double album, as opposed to the chopped off early album. That one's just okay. But this one it makes me feel so good, Mike. It's great musicians, great riffs, great hooks. Everything works as a whole. So there you go. That is my number 2 pick.
Happy Easter and Good Friday to Broadway Blotto. And thank you for watching.
Whoa.
Check out his Shake and Push by the Morels is his recommendation. All right. We're going to take a quick break here. Dan, why don't you introduce this song? This is your band, Thunder Mother, who, by the way, wished him happy birthday on his birthday show, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But why don't you introduce this music video, and then we'll be back in 3 minutes with my number 2 pick.
All right. So this is Can't Put Out the Fire. They decided to make a do-it-yourself type of video. It shows, look, you can see the REC record, or the grainy, like when you would do a do-it-yourself album in the 90s. This is a tribute to Kiss. Okay. It's a song that had a vibe of Kiss. And I interviewed the singer, and she told me because she directed it. And see if you guys can actually find all the Kiss Easter eggs. There's some that even I myself was not even aware of. Like, oh my God, that's right. She made me realize. So it's a tribute to Kiss. See if you can spot all the Kiss Easter eggs in this one. And it's, again, really fun song. And I find the video helps make the song even more funner or gooder. There you go.
And what's the name?
Can't Put Out the Fire, from their album Dirty and Divine.
Okay, check it out. We'll be back in 3 minutes and 22 seconds. Wow, that was great. That was a great song.
And watching the video again, I got this huge smile on my face. Man, it makes
Yeah.
me feel so good there.
Yep, they're clearly having fun. I noticed a lot of Kiss homages on the clothing, like the purple jacket, lightning bolts, and things like that. The bullet belts, the skull, the Gene Simmons skull
the
t-shirt.
axe. The axe.
Oh, the axe. Yeah, I didn't catch that one.
One that I never noticed, and the singer told me, is when they're on the couch, you'll notice that two of them, the one with the bullet belt and the one dressed as Ace, they're all laughing, and then you see the bass player all mad. That's an homage to that Tom Snyder interview. I was like, oh my God. And in the middle, when you see the little kid pictures, you hear her, but she's singing through a flanger. You wanted the best and you got it, Thunder Mother.
Nice.
I was like, oh my God, I didn't catch it because I was so preoccupied by the visuals. But there's so much more. That's the bass player went and bought a vape just so she can smoke underneath the guitar player, and they kind of pan out purposely to show that it was a do-it-yourself. You know, I'm like, oh my God, that is so funny.
That is awesome. Great pick, Dan. Great pick. Okay, my number 2. We're going back in time again, and it's Kiss. I knew I had to pick Kiss, right? We've already talked about how certain music brings you back to childhood. I discovered Kiss on in late 1985, I guess, is when I got my first Kiss albums, and I acquired this one. This is my original copy from the 80s. Acquired this one a little bit later on. I cheated a bit because it's like, what Kiss album do you pick? Well, I could have picked Love Gun. It's one of my favorites. I could have picked Paul Stanley's solo album even. It's one of my favorites. But this one is special for 2 reasons. One is that it's a really cool mixture of greatest hits and 4 new songs that I actually like most of them. Paul trashes those 4 new songs. I'm a Legend Tonight, Down on Your Knees, Nowhere to Run, and Partner in Crime. Partner in Crime is the only one of those I don't like. I like all the other 3. And to me, it's kind of like a lost Kiss sound. There's like this brief moment in time, Kiss Alive 2, Kiss Killers, where they were still kind of hanging on to a little bit of that 70s past, but moving a little bit more forward into a heavy metal future. And this is kind of like the best of both worlds in terms of that Kiss sound. And they never really did an album that sounds like Kiss Killers. So, you know, for the 4 songs, the 4 new songs, and for the greatest hits, this is such an essential listen for me when I want a bite-sized Kiss experience that just makes me feel good. Alive 2, a bit on the long side for when you just need an album, you know?
Yeah.
Finally, the reason this is special is because this is actually Bob Shipper's original copy.
Oh, wow.
I eventually bought it off him. He brought this home from Calgary, Alberta in 1986, 40 years ago. He brought this home from Calgary, Alberta. I have a letter from him. I still have the letter where he says, oh, I just bought a Kiss album with the reverse S logo. So cool. This is the album that he was writing to me about in that letter. And it has, look at that sticker. Original LP, Sonderpreis. That means good price, I think.
I can't read it there.
It's in German.
Oh, okay. So I thought it was French. That's why. Never mind.
Okay. Yeah. I think it means good price.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's a 1981 European only compilation. And Logan gives me the thumbs up on Nowhere to Run. Okay, so we're heading into the number 1 position. We still have one more clip to run. We have my number 1 song that we're going to hear, and we have one more unboxing. Well, kind of 2. So what I'm going to do is, before we get to the number 1s, we're going to run this clip from the Easter 2025 show. 2025 had a completely different selection of co-hosts. Jex and Joel were unavailable, so I called up my good friend Johnny Metal and Ash Geisler from Australia. And we did an unboxing for today's special guest, Dan Chartrand. So why don't we have a look at this parcel that Dan sent me last Easter? Dan from Off the Charts. Great channel on YouTube. Give him a like, give him a subscribe, as well as Ash and John. Johnny is from My Music Corner, and Ash's concerts and... Can you say the name? There you go. You're seeing him. You're seeing him in the room right now. And we have, oh, wow, that's nice. Of course, we knew it was going to be vinyl by the size, right? But he sent me, which I did not have, Special edition single, Tesla. All About Love, electric, acoustic, alive, and hybrid versions. This is from 2024. Oh, cool. So I missed this one completely. 6 tracks altogether. Electric mix, From the Heart, acoustic mix, live mix, Walk Away, and hybrid mix. Wow. Thank you, Dan. Thank you so much. Oh, wow. It's always nice to have new music at Easter time to listen to. Long weekend. And I couldn't fit it all in the clip, but you also sent me 3 CDs by your band as well.
Yes.
Dead. Oh God.
Dead Culture Society.
Dead Culture Society. Yes. Uncle Meat.
About that.
Great pick here by Uncle Meat with the Scorpions Worldwide Live. And you know why we like to party in California? Because you're fucking crazy. Anyway. All righty. Dan. Let's drag it out a bit more and do the second unboxing.
All right.
Now, this one was expensive. I added it to my cart 2 days ago when I saw that it dropped in price 12% to $3.99.
And that's not $3.99, people.
No. And it's huge. Oh. This is a brand new release, by the way. The Van Halen is pretty new, but this is even newer. And I don't know why I do this to myself, but I bought this. I don't know where I'm going to put it. My mother always asks me, where are you going to put it? I'm like, I'm going to find a place. Eventually, there won't be a place, But here it is. Oh, my God. It's in a box inside a box. Okay. Let's get the box.
Cardboard week, right? So.
Oh, boy. Let's get this out of the other box. This is the only crappy thing about live unboxings compared to taped unboxings is that I normally edit all this stuff to go much more quickly.
So I'll just say jokes here. So these 2 nuns walk into a bar. No.
At Easter, he says that joke. Okay, let's get this out of the box. It's packed very much like those Kiss box sets. And here it is. You see it, right? Meat Man, are you paying attention? There we go. This is heavy. So this is the new Rush Grace Under Pressure Super Deluxe with the remixed version. Did Peter Collins do the remix? Let's read the contents, shall we? 4 CDs and a Blu-ray. Grace Under Pressure 1984 stereo mix, newly remastered. Brand new 2025 stereo mix by Terry Brown. That's who remastered it. Terry Brown. Or remixed it, sorry. Then we have Grace Under Pressure Tour live in Toronto. Now, Grace Under Pressure Tour, correct me if I'm wrong, that was previously released in a Rush box set as a bonus CD. But this is a first ever complete album, over 37 minutes more than that previous single CD release. Then we have the Blu-ray with the same show on Blu-ray. The album newly remixed in 5.1 surround, which is why I go for the Super Deluxes. I like those 5.1 surround mixes. You get a Terry Brown mix in blah, 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 24-bit PCM stereo, and 4 music videos. 52-page hardcover book. Liner notes by Geddy Lee. New Hugh Syme illustrations. So that's on top of all the new Hugh Syme illustrations that we got last year on Rush 50. Then there's all these kinds of bonus items. There's an LED light up display in here. That. I'm going to have to probably do a dedicated video to this box set, but that's pretty wild. And
I wonder if the Stars hearing aid. Remember there was a live Rush song on that, Distant Early Warning. I wonder if it's from that tour.
That could be. It's the right year. I would have to do some research on that because I don't need a gym lifting box sets of records. That's right. Yeah, there you go, Brian. You predicted correctly. And yes, that feel good quality of a live album. Okay. Without further ado, Dan Chartrand, it is time for your number 1 pick.
All right. Now, this one here is probably something you will not expect. Okay. Remember, this is alphabetical. I didn't really put them top 5 for myself. Okay.
Right.
Now, you're going to be like, what? So I came across this. I knew of his. Everybody knows of this guy's, this artist's existence. I probably heard one song in probably early '90s, and then in the mid '90s, this artist got a whole bunch of CDs reissued, remastered, and everything. And when I first heard this album, I fell in love with it. The humor, the stories, the lyrics. I'll show it. So here we go. Frank Zappa, You Are What You Is. A lot of people like, oh, Zappa, you don't like Zappa. This is just easy stuff for him. I just love the lyrics for this. They make me laugh. They make me smile. It's not, weird music like you heard, in the 70s and 60s there. This is just great songs, great hooks. And every song demands your attention here. So I will this is my favorite Frank Zappa album here. So I'm going to go You Are What You Is, I think from 81. Yeah, 81. 1981. I friggin' love this here. So there you go. Makes me feel good, makes me laugh, makes me smile, all that.
I had a
Wasn't
weird
expecting
feeling.
that, huh?
No, it's weird. I had a weird feeling that Zappa, you were leading him to Zappa. Wow. But I didn't expect You Are What You Is necessarily. I really loved that Zappa logo, by the way, that is on the bar of music. Really love that logo. It is very 80s, but so very good.
Yeah.
I love that. That's awesome. Great pick. I'm sure Meat will have an opinion on that. Chris Preston's number 5. Man, Hysteria almost made my list too. This album's been part of his life for almost 40 years. That's correct. 1987. Got me through some tough times too. Never fails to make me feel great. Yep. 100% Chris. 100%. Easily could have been my number 1. Yep. Same here. We love it. Title track. Still makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. There was one more thing that I was going to unbox today, but FedEx screwed up. I saw the FedEx truck arrive yesterday around 6:00 and I drive off. And then I got an email notification that they couldn't deliver the parcel. And I was waiting all day for that parcel. So I don't have that, but I do have one thing that did arrive yesterday. I posted this on my social media, but this is brand new to my collection, the Judas Priest Ozzy War Pigs thing. And I quite like this. I paid quite a bit for this. So I'm going to give everybody a tip if they don't have it and they want to buy this. Don't do what I did. I went to the Judas Priest website back in the, when it was released, and I was like, whoa, sticker price on the shipping. It was like $20 or whatever to ship a CD. And I get really hesitant at that. So I left it. And then the next time I went back to the Judas Priest site, it was sold out. So I bought this copy at Discogs, and I probably shouldn't have done that because I didn't think to check Ozzy's website, where it is also for sale and still in stock. So if you would like to buy the War Pigs charity version by Judas Priest and Ozzy Osbourne, you don't have to do it on Discogs like I did. You can go to Ozzy's website where it's still in stock. Didn't occur to me. Cover art there is a collage of photographs that Mark Wilkinson put together. He's done a lot of Judas Priest art, but what I really like is seeing the Priest and Ozzy classic logos together. That is cool.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. I adore that pick. The song Doreen itself. I know most of that album lyric for lyric. Dan for the win. Okay, so I can't top Dan. But I hope that my good pal Broadway Blotto is watching because I specifically wanted to make my number 1 album, this one, the one that really it got me through some dark days. I bought this album in the summer of 2018 in Toronto at BMV, and I didn't know what to expect because I only knew one song, which was Metalhead. And you and I grew up with much music, and that song was periodically played on the Pepsi Power Hour. And I didn't know what to make of this band. Like, what do they sound like? Like, they don't look like a metal band. And they're not a metal band, but they do metal really well when they do it. Combo Akimbo by Blotto. Bought completely unawares and grew to love it immediately that summer, playing it back and forth to Toronto several times a week. Every song in this I love. And there's all kinds of different styles of rock on this, and I'm going to play a video from this album. Technically, it's actually a live video, but there's my buddy Broadway, who was in the comments earlier. And what can I say about this album? I don't know. It is really good rock songs, for one thing. Really good rock songs with a comedic twist. Zappa has a comedic twist. Blotto has a different kind of comedic twist than Zappa. I guess you'll see when I play the track, but a lot of people know Metalhead from being on MTV, being on Much Music, and also the Metal for Breakfast compilation album that was big in the early 80s.
That was on that?
That was on the Metal for Breakfast compilation album. You remember that commercial on TV?
No, I remember the album. My friend had it. Like the guy is eating his cereal and it's all metal pieces.
Yes, and in the commercial, his head goes face down into the cereal. But Metalhead by Blotto was on that album. I also have a video EP here for Metalhead that was sent to me by Bowtie Blotto, guy with the glasses. And this has the music video for Metalhead. It has a video for I Quit and I Want to Be a Lifeguard, which is not on this album, but is on an earlier, earlier
I was
EP.
wondering.
I know you know Lifeguard.
I know that song, yeah.
But we're going to hear a different track tonight. We're going to hear the track that really made me smile the most during that dreadful summer of 2018. And it's a song called It's Not You. And it's about one of those relationships that just doesn't seem like it's going to work out. So there is no music video for It's Not You. Blotto did a number of really creative music videos, but the live version from the Tonight at Toad's Place concert is really good. It's sung by Bowtie Blotto, but his voice was just a little raspier than usual that night. And the additional rasp just makes this my favorite version of this song. But since it's the only one that there's a video for that I could find, here's It's Not You by my number one pick, Blotto. And then Dan and I will be back to close the show. We'll be back in 4 minutes and 26 seconds.
This is something that's not easy to do. It will hit you like a bolt from the blue. After last night, I have to tell you we are through. When we're alone, everything is okay. But it's never gonna stay that way. When I take you home, your family has so much to say. I try, and I try to be cool when they start. But girl, they're the ones who are tearing us apart. It's not you. Don't blame yourself. It's not you. No one can help. It's not you. I can't be your man. It's not you. It's your family that I can't stand. And it's driving me crazy. Your mother wants to know if I am on drugs. Your brother shows me his collection of bugs. Your aunts don't like me and your uncles are a bunch of thugs. Your father coughs and blows smoke in my face. He still believes in the superior race. He says if he were president, the world would be a better place. I try and I try to ignore them for our sake. But girl, I'm afraid it's too much for me to take. It's not you. Don't blame yourself. It's not you. No one can help. It's not you. I can't be your man. It's not you. It's your family that I can't stand. There is no future, baby, can't you see? Picture in your mind how it would be. All of us living in relative misery. I try and I try to be cool when they start. But girl, they're the ones who are tearing us apart. don't blame yourself. It's not you. No one can help. It's not you. I can't be your man. It's not you. It's your family that I can't stand. It's not you. No, it isn't you. It's not you. It's only your family. It's not you. Don't take it personally. It's not you. It's just all those little things. It's not you. Like when I come over and your father tells me, don't park in the driveway because your car drips oil on the new white Pebbles. And then when I come inside, the cat jumps on my lap and gets hair all over my shirt and pants. And your grandmother sits on the newspaper and gets it all wrinkled and balled up. I can't even read it. And your sister brings out her scrapbooks and wants me to look at all of her old prom pictures. I mean, who cares? And your brother wants me to help him with his science project, dissecting frogs. Oh, what a mess. And then I go in the bathroom and wash my hands, and all they have is soft soap, and my hands smell like coconuts, and I can't dry them on those little guest towels, so I gotta dry them on my shirt, which is already covered with cat hair. And then when I come outside, your father corners me and starts telling me all the jokes that he read in Playboy magazine. Oh, no. And your mother gives me that look like, it's not you. What have you been doing with my daughter? It's not you. I can't take it anymore. It's driving me crazy. I mean, I can't take it.
And Dan's comment here, the punchline in the chorus, it's your family that I can't stand. Yeah.
I was expecting, the way it was heading, I was expecting, like George Costanza, it's not you, it's me, that line there.
Right.
And then it's not you, it's
No.
your family. I'm like, I started laughing there. And at the end, when he's rapping, I say rapping, you know what I mean by rapping over the soft soap one, the little towel full of cat hair. That was a great little rap. I did like that song, yes.
As a guy with
It made me laugh.
As a guy with cat allergies, boy, can I identify with some of that song. But Jen and I would listen to that album and even that live performance because I ripped it from YouTube to MP3. Not that you know anything about doing that.
No.
But we listened to both versions in the car back and forth to Toronto on the way to the hospital to care for her sick mom. And it really changed. Well, it didn't change this summer. The summer went the way it went, but it really made it tolerable. And to this day, I don't associate bad feelings with Blotto. That's the danger with some of these albums that get you through tough times, is sometimes they can leave you with residual negative feelings, like a breakup, for example. You might always associate an album with a breakup.
Yeah.
This, I don't have any lingering negative feelings for. And I think, the circumstances behind getting this album were very special. Basically, my buddy Aaron, who you've seen on my channel in the past, we used to do annual trips to Toronto to Sonic Boom and BMV. You've seen those videos as well. And I wasn't going to go in 2018 because Mom was sick. And she said, no, go be with your friend. And this is what came out of it. And it was just meant to be. It was just meant to be. So, no, sir, I am honored. And get some Blotto in your ears, folks. I've been talking about this band on and off for years. Get some Blotto in your ears. Get on your Discogs, or even on Amazon. There might be a CD available called The Collected Works. It's got Collected Works has the whole album on CD in sequence included. So get that. And, it'll just make you feel better. Guaranteed.
Yeah, I've never wanted to be a lifeguard until I heard you talk about them. So.
That's the funny thing, is that Lee Harvey actually was a lifeguard. Lee Harvey Blotto. So there you go. There's our top fives. Dan, anything you want to talk about before we call it a day for this Good Friday?
Want to wish everyone a happy Easter. I will be having some fish today.
Yep, me too.
I love fish.
Yeah, I've got fish and chips coming in 1 hour exactly. So I'm looking forward to that. We usually like to close the show on a song, and since Uncle Meat is here and he hates when I play songs with him singing, I won't play a song with him singing. He absolutely hates when I do that. But this is a song that makes me feel good. And this is by a pal of his named Jacob Moon. He's a local musician that I think they went to high school together, if I remember correctly. But Jacob Moon did a wonderful cover of a Steve Earle song called Someday, and he performed it live on my show, on my old show called The LeBrain Train. It was Meat who set me up with Jacob, and I was really flattered and honored that he played this version of Steve Earle's Someday on the show. And Steve Earle came up with Traina coming on Meat's list earlier. So, as Dan said, I wish you all the best this Easter weekend. Feel good, eat good, spend some time with some music and some family, and thank you for watching. This is Someday by Jacob Moon, and we will see you again next week on Grab a Stack of Rock. Take care.
I'm going to play us out with a song that's for Mr. Eric Litwiller here, and for the good old times of living in Kitchener-Waterloo and all that good stuff.
Awesome.
And this is a Steve Earle song. All right.
Yeah.
Because I know that Eric is right into Steve Earle, or was.
Big time.
We
Big
both
time.
are.
All right.
We both are.
All right. So here it is. It goes something like this. There ain't a lot that you can do in this town. Drive down to the lake and then you turn back around. Go to school so you can learn to read and write, so you can walk into the county bank and sign away your life. I work at the filling station on the interstate, yeah, pumping gasoline and counting out-of-state plates. You ask me how I'm sent to Memphis, son, and where's the nearest beer? Well, they don't even know that there's a town around here. Someday I'm finally gonna let go. I know there's a better way. I wanna know what's over the rainbow. I'm gonna get out of here someday. Now, my brother went to college 'cause he played football. Me, I never even got through high school at all. Got me a 67 Chevy, she's low and sleek and black. Someday I'll put her on the interstate and never look back. Yeah. Someday I'm finally gonna let go. I know there's a better way. Well, I wanna know what's over the rainbow. I'm gonna get out of here someday. I'm gonna get out of here someday.
Wicked.
Beautiful team, man.
Awesome.